Hello everyone, this is Tristan Dodson on the mic, Chris Hermsma on the camera here. This is a women's elite division matchup. This is between the Edmonton Huskies and the A-Holes. Edmonton Huskies are wearing the off-white with the red and yellow, and the A-Holes are blue, pretty much just all blue there. Lighter and darker shades of it though. Thank you everybody for tuning in, we appreciate you. Face off center court. Number 27, Adams on the draw against 14, Jomha. Jomha wins it back. The Huskies pass up. Chipped in the zone in neutral territory, but knocked down by the A-Holes player. Here's Jomha, pass across and some feet. The A-Holes pick it up and try to slow it down, pardon me. Pass up the boards, through, but chip right back in on net by the Edmonton Huskies. That was number 19 with a shot, Hosner. And it's saved by the A-Holes goaltender. Off the draw, the Huskies win it. Number 14, Jomha. It's a 19, Hosner shot just wide. Savard trying to hustle after to pick it up. She'll get it. Down low to Jomha. Jomha spins off the check of Mars. Pass to the middle, chip down. Good play to try to clear it by the A-Holes. They get it down. Hosner will come out and play it though. She'll get there first, gets it to her teammate Kostu. Kostu pass up the high glass is blocked. Sends some feet. Pass across, here's a chance for the A-Holes. A shot high, what a look. Good chance, but they couldn't get it on net. Clearing attempt, kept in at the line. Shot tipped just wide. I don't know, might have got a piece of that. Not sure if she actually did on that tip, but she was in the area for that. Now here come the Huskies to pass up off a stick. Pops out at center. Number 2, Steblin controls. She slows it down. Tries to keep it in the zone, but she can't. She's watched closely there by Jomha, number 14 of the Huskies. Pass up the high glass, little chip trying to go to herself, I think. It's blocked down by a Huskies player, though. Battle for the ball on the tall glass here. Fought for. Trying to clear it behind her legs was an A-hole player and try to get that to Stewart. She can't. Now it's sent down. Icing waved off. There's Prue. Prue passed down low to Payment. Payment battling for the ball, but it's picked up by the A-Holes in their own zone. That's Budden. Number 17, Budden tries to clear up the wall. It's kept in at the line. Rather just inside neutral territory, outside the zone. Now here's a pass in front, of partial block by number 2, Steblin, and then the goaltender makes 2 saves. The A-Holes try to slow it down in their own zone and get it out, but they can't. Pass behind the net, takes a funny bounce. The goaltender will play it back. There's 17, Budden. Budden pass up, looking for Reddington. It's off her stick, pass up. Kept in at the zone, but now it's chipped out. Good pressure by number 97, Budden there. There's 2 Buddens. 17, Rachel Budden, and Tara Budden, 97. Good to know. Battle behind the A-Holes net. It's the Huskies picking up. Pass in front, and the slot is knocked down there by Steblin. Steblin still controls. She drives the middle behind her own net. Now help out by her teammate, number 44. That's Rosick. Pass up and pass across. Chip down deep in the zone. No icing, and it's deflected off a Huskies player's stick. They pick it up. Barnes spins it around. Trying to find her teammate on the wall. She can't get it, though. Icing's waved off. It's slowly moving. The A-Holes control in their own zone. Pass D to D. Pass across. That was number 6. Chantel. Pass up. Rosick has it. Just watch closely by a defender. She gets it up the boards to her teammate who drives the middle. Pass back. Number 6 control. Shot looking for a tip in front. Good luck, but couldn't quite get it on the net. Out of a reach of the tip as well. Fought for the A-Holes, putting some pressure on now. A chance, a pass across, fanned on. She overstepped the play. That was Smith, the great luck. Here's Pagosa. Pagosa passes the middle to her teammate. Now the Huskies try to bring it up. It's knocked down a couple times by the A-Holes and then sliding across. Number 6 barely keeps it in the zone. Now the Huskies control behind their own net. Pass up the high glass. Pagosa, chip pass up in the air. Takes a funny bounce, pops towards the middle. Her teammate's not there. She's at the wall, so it'll give it away. Here's a chance in front. Good luck. Not quite. Just hops over the stick. Couldn't quite get the wood on it. Up in the air. Clearing attempt by the Huskies. Kept in at the line. Ricard. Pass across. Blocked by a Huskies player in the middle. Huskies try to spring a man up. They can't. Sent down. And that'll be icing going against the A-holes, I believe. Just inside the red line. They rip it down before they get the middle. So unfortunately for them, they'll have to be in their defensive zone. Face-off draw. The Huskies win. That was number 5, Sivriak. Shot up in the air. Flynn will pick it up. Flynn watched closely there by Jude. Flynn spins off the check of Jude, still controls, fought for. Nice play to spin back by Flynn there. She plays it to the line. It's her teammate, number 16, Chamberlain. Chamberlain to the shot from the captain in the middle, number 85, Irvine. But it's saved by the A-holes goaltender. Battle for the ball, clearing up the boards here. It's kept in by Flynn. Flynn to Sivriak, now down low to her teammate, Savard. To the middle, a shot looking for a tip in the high slot, but it's missed. Now the A-holes spin it around behind their own goaltender. Try to chip it up, it's given away to Irvine. Irvine's shot goes way wide. I think she's looking for a tip there from Sivriak. Or Sirivyak, I think is how you pronounce that. Probably got that a bit wrong. I think I got my syllables messed up on that one. Sorry if that's the case. Sounds like a European name of some sort. Chipped into the zone by the Huskies. Savard gets taken down by Jude. There'll be a tripping penalty to the A-holes. There'll be a napper power play going to the Edmonton Huskies here for a tripping minor. And we'll see if they can get a goal here. Still 0-0. Shots on goal, 2 apiece. Shot attempts, much more than 4 in total, but the ones that have found the wickets, only 4. Face off on the man advantage. 5-on-4 for the Edmonton Huskies here. In the offensive zone, they win the draw. Number 4 plays it down Prue. Prue on the wall. Battle for it. An A-holes player squishes the Huskies player to the boards. Now it pops free. The A-holes trying to clear the zone, and they will. Great hustle by Budden there. Tara Budden, number 97. Good pressure to kill some time on her team's PK. Here come the Huskies again. They rip it up and then slow it down, trying to pass off the high glass to Payman. It's out of her reach. Stewart's after it. Payman's there as well, though. Clearing attempt, almost kept in at the line by Kosonen, but just barely gets past her on the high glass. The goaltender will come out to play it. I believe that's Herb. Jess Herb's the goaltender for the Edmonton Huskies. That's cool. I didn't know. Oh, I did know. I forgot, I guess. I kind of remember that now. In the zone, the Huskies get the zone. Pass across. Good look and some feet. Huskies player falls down. Shot blocked by the defender in front, number 17, Rachel Budden. It's fought for. There's Reddington. Reddington squishes it along the board. She loses possession of the ball, though. Her teammate there helps her out. Great play. Pass up. Trying to clear it, but it's way out of play. Off the netting as they try to clear it. So that's straight out from an A-holes player on the PK, so they'll be still deep in their defensive zone. The Huskies have a chance to get a goal here. 54 seconds left on the power play for them. From the penalty to Emily Jude, number 93, for a trip moments ago. So far, the A-holes have killed just over half of this power play. Not for lack of chances of the Huskies, though. Shot from far out, tipped, blocked in front by the Spegelair. That's so hard to say. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's correct name. If I butcher that name, I apologize. Last name has like 17 syllables in it. The Huskies control. 30 seconds left on the power play. Pass in. That was Bell. To the wall to number 19, Hosner. Hosner plays it back. 14, Jamha. Control. Slows it down. Passes the point. Hosner's shot. Tipped by Flynn wide. Holmes hustling after it for the A-holes. She pressures the Huskies player on the wall. Great play by Holmes. She's hard on the forecheck, tries to chip it out. Doesn't end up working out. Second left in the power play. Even strength now at the box. Shot from far out. Rebound loose right after the even strength. It hits the goaltender's blocker. She drops her stick. Stays out though. Shot tips off the edge of the glove there. Here's Gronimus. Gronimus controls in her own zone. Plays it around the net to her teammate. Budden. Budden pass up. Try to play it up. It's knocked down by the Huskies, but then picked up by Gronimus. Gronimus passes the corner to feed to her teammate Adams, number 27. Adams controls, plays to the point. Out of the box, Jude. Shot, hits the backboards, takes a funny bounce. The rebound was there. It's cleared out of harm's way momentarily by the Huskies, but then it's kept right back in by Mars with a great play. Pass across to Adams. Out of her reach, she'll pick it up though. Pass to the middle, tipped off the toe of the stick. Here come the Huskies the other way. Chip before center all the way down. Icing's waved off as number 26, Pagosa, is there hard, chasing it down. Everett Hudlin, the ref, says, waves it off there and says no. But now the other way, it'll be icing against the A-holes. Face off deep in their zone. As a stretch pass up to Stewart is missed on the high glass. Sent all the way down. Face off will be back deep into the A-holes defensive end. Thank everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you. Shots on goal 4-2 in favor of the Edmonton Huskies. Score still 0-0. Nobody has found the back of the net thus far. It's been a very competitive game both ways. The A-holes killed a PK very dominantly moments ago when they got their teammate Jude got a tripping minor. Now played behind the net off the draw win by the A-holes, but it's kept in at the wall by the Huskies. Great play. Here's number 89, Bell. Now a pass to the point, shot in deep from Pagosa on net off the shoulder of the goaltender, Wees, but up and behind the net. Now here come the A-holes turning it back. Stewart's pass up. Hits a stick, so icing's waved off. Everett Hudlin saw it all the way. I saw that as well. Huskies pass up. It's blocked at the line by Stewart. Stewart gets her stick lifted, though, by Prue. Some feet. Koskinen pass up to Prue. Prue pass up the boards, kind of hopping up. They try to keep it in the zone. They can't. Pass up the middle. Knocked down there by Pagosa. So that's Bell. My apologies. 89. At the line, Prue's knocked down. Shot to the net. Looking for a tip in front from Jamha. Delayed offside. But the ball's picked up there by the A-holes. Now it's play will commence as the A-holes player doesn't touch it and just checks up the zone. Pass up the boards, trying to go to Payment, but Payment gets knocked off her stick there by Koskinen. Sorry, not Koskinen, Steblin. Koskinen's number 2 of her team, the Huskies. Shot on goal, glove saved by Herb for a whistle. Big saves both ways. Just under 5 minutes left in this first of two 15-minute periods. Nobody has scored yet, still tied at 0-0. This is a women's elite division matchup, Cache Island, day 2. Off the draw. They didn't like it, the refs didn't, so they'll redo it. Off the draw, it's won cleanly there by number 44, Rosick, to her teammate. Shot. Now another chance for a rebound by Rosick after the draw win. It's chipped just over the net. Don't think Herb was going to have it if it was going towards the net, but lucky for her, it chips over. Now here's a chance. Here's Payment. Sydney Payment battling for the ball. She'll get it. Pass to the slot. Good back check by the A-holes player with her stick. Great defensive stick by the A-holes player on the wall there. A-holes get center and rip it down. It's Rosick spinning around the opponent's net trying to feed Smith, but Smith gets it knocked off her stick by Irving. Irving loses it to Smith, though. Smith has it again. Pass in front. She falls down. No call. I mean, there was nothing there, so fair enough, at least in my opinion. Pass up. Shot wide. I think the A-holes were looking for a power play there. They wanted it. One of their players put her hand up like she was just interfere with. The refs and I disagree, I guess. Wraparound attempt, great save by Herb. Chip to the glass, try to chip it up where the Savard from the Huskies, but she gets it knocked off her stick, but now her teammate helps her out and picks it up. The Huskies get the zone, but it's offside in the middle. Jomha drives the zone a little bit too early, and it'll be offside. Face-off will pop in neutral territory just outside the A-hole zone on the far side from us here on the high glass. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Current score still 0-0. Just over 3.5 minutes left in this first of two 15-minute frames. Cache Island Day 2, Women's Elite Division. Here's Chantel, number 6, controls. Pass up, knocked down by Hosner, just barely not a high stick, but it gets picked up by the A-holes player. Chip to the net, good chance, but Herb pokes it to the corner, I believe. Kind of runs out of real estate, the A-holes player does anyways. As the ball's out of her reach. A pass up the wall in their own zone. Number 89, Bell picks it up, chipped to her teammate, it goes on net, and off of deflection, the goaltender of the A-holes, Weeze, will come out and play it, trying to slide at the high glass, and get it out. Was one of the A-holes players, but it's kept in by the Huskies. Now another chance to do so. It's a hand pass that's off the glove of the A-holes player, and she didn't touch it, but her teammate does. Whistled down for the hand pass. Face-off draw will pop out in neutral territory after the hand pass there in their own zone by the A-holes. Face-off, one back by the A-holes after they make an error. They kind of redeem themselves there. Chip play up, gets past payment. Now here's Budden. Tara Budden, back check by Hosner there, but her teammate will help out. That was Mars. Now a shot by Reddington, toe save Herb, rebound. Shot, great defensive stick by Hosner there, number 19 of the Huskies. On the second attempt for the rebound against her goaltender Herb, she bails her out and makes a big block. Herb probably would have had it anyways, but good to see her helping out her goaltender there. Here's number 4, Prue. Pass across. Shot in deep, blocked by Mars there. A pass up, in some feet. Tara Budden, pass up, trying to go to Reddington. It's out of her reach, though. It's ahead of her on the play. Pass up, knocked down by the stick of Reddington there. It's at the center line. Budden, pass across. Slap shot over the net. It might have got a piece of Herb's gloving up. I'm not sure. A bit far away to see from here. Here's Prue. Prue pass up. It's number 9, Flynn. Flynn controls, spins off the check there. Stevlin twice. Now a third time, but Stevlin gets in the way of her player there, kind of makes a pick to make sure she can't get around a third time. Trying to chip it out the line. It's kept in, though. Point. Shot high and wide. Rebound pops free. Stevlin picks it up. Stevlin pass to the middle. Rosick loses control. Gets it back, though. Pass across now. Here's Smith. Smith controls. Watch closely by Costin. Pass in front. They score! Tipped in by Rosick, number 44. And first goal of the game will go to the A-holes. And they take the first lead of this game. Face-off center court. A-holes lead now by 1. Time remaining in the first of 2 periods, just under a minute and a half. So a late goal for the A-holes has got them up. Now Edmonton Huskies try to play it, but it's knocked down. It's number 2, Stevlin, making great plays. Spins off a check and plays it in deep for her teammate, Ricard. Ricard around the net to Adams. Adams to the point to Gronimus. Gronimus, number 17, Budden. Rachel Budden takes a look. Slows it down and shot high sticked, I believe. Down. Yeah, I believe it was hit with the high stick, so then it'll go all the way deep into the A-hole zone. High sticked on offensive zone. If you high stick it in the offensive zone trying to get it up, you will have to go play for the draw for the next draw at least in the defensive zone. Face off in the A-hole zone. Chip play up in the air. Shot from Hosner kind of rolls through. Nobody can pick it up now. Rachel Button will control. Try to play it out. It's kept in though. Number 86 Costu. Number 85 Irvin. Irvin shot blocked up in the air by Adams. It's controlled by the Huskies still though. Now a pass around the net is blocked. The A-holes pick it up. Huskies control pass in front, a backhand spin around right to the high slot, but luckily for the A-holes and their goaltender, the only player there was a defender, Steblin. Now pass across, a shot swallowed up by Weiss there. A great save. Unreal. That was a big save to keep her team up by 1 late in this first of 2 frames. Just over 20 seconds left. It would not be ideal for the A-holes to get a late goal, or a late goal against, and start the second and final frame tied at 1. They'd much rather have a lead to start the second, I would assume. Off the draw, the A-holes win it defensively. Time winding down. Given away in their own zone, battle for it. Great pressure by Holmes. Holmes going to get a late penalty. I believe it's an interference call behind the net. Body contact going to the A-holes with 8 seconds left. They'll be on the penalty kill when the second period commences. There's also 8.8 seconds left in this frame, so we'll have 1 more face-off, I believe. I think that was a good call. That was Holmes slamming into the Huskies player behind her own net. And in my opinion, Andrew Layden gave her a lot of time and a lot of opportunity to not keep going with that. She had a couple big whacks at the with a couple big body contacts, a couple big hits that he kind of let go, and she did it about 3 times there. Pass in front, shot loose. The goaltender has it, and it's poked at by Jamha, and the A-holes defender pushes her and kind of gets her in the face. You like to see it. You like to see when someone's goalie gets poked and someone defends them. At least I like to see that. I like to shout out to number 19, Mars, as her goalie gets whacked at in the glove right as she has the possession. Also at the whistle as well. It's already gone. She gets a couple late whacks, and she makes sure her goaltender can cover it and pushes the Huskies player off. So that'll do it for this first of 2 periods. Current score, A-holes 1, Edmonton Huskies 0. There'll be a power play for 1:52 when we come back to the Huskies. So A-holes got a body contact penalty late in this game. We'll be back at you momentarily. Thank you for tuning in. Second and final period of this Women's Elite Division tournament matchup. And we'll be back at you soon. Hello everyone, Tristan Dodson on the mic, Chris Hammersman on the camera. We're back at you again. Women's Elite matchup. This is the second and final period in this game. Current score: A-Holes 1, Huskies 0. I'm not sure why we had a whistle for there, but we did. No idea. I think they were on the penalty kill and they blew it for an icing, I believe. I'm not sure. That's odd. That happens sometimes. Everyone makes mistakes. Fair enough. Up in the air, clearing it down. 5-on-4 power play for the Huskies here. So far in the last couple of seconds, the A-Holes have been killing it pretty dominantly, but that could change. Here's Hosner. Hosner gets center, takes a look, chips it on net. It goes to Weeze, who chips it off her pad right to her glove and decides to cover it in the high slot. All right, I always forget to do this. I need to put the second frame instead of the first one. Every time. At least I caught myself this time. There we go. Now the scoreboard should have the proper period and proper everything here. Sorry about that, folks, but it's fixed now. Off the draw, the A-Holes get it and chip it through the middle, but it's picked off by the captain. That's number 85, Irvin, to Hosner. Hosner, number 14. Pass across. Good look. Trying to tip it in front by Savard, I believe. Here's Savard controlling. Savard back to the point to Jama. Jamha controls. Watch closely by a defender there. To the middle, a shot from Hosner. Big block by the A-Holes. Now they try to chip it up out of harm's way, but it's brought right back in by Hosner. Pass from her teammate back to Hosner. Takes a look. Shot, looking for a tip in front, but it's off the stick of the A-Holes defender and down to the corner. Try to clear it, but it's still kept in by the Huskies. Shot blocked there by Rosick, number 44, who has the goal for her team. Tip in front. The only goal in this game. Fakes a shot. Jamha pass to Hosner. Shot blocked. Right off the shoulder there, maybe off the face. One of the A-Holes players. It caught her up high. I didn't know if it was right in the face there or right in the shoulder. Regardless, she had a cage on, so at least it probably wouldn't have hurt. Up in the air, try to play it up, but it's knocked down by the A-Holes player at the wall. On a penalty kill, they control. Steblin gets the zone and chips it back to kill some time. Here's Stewart. Stewart will throw it on net. Herb will make a routine save, and it'll be picked up by her teammate beside her there. It's number 49, Barnes. Peyton Barnes controls. Barnes pass up. There's Payment. Sydney Payment gets the center, chips it down. Trying to get that to Siraviak, but one of the A-Holes players will get in the way. Now here's Steblin. Natasha Steblin, watch closely by Payment. Steblin controls behind the net. It's chipped up. Payment battling with it. Steblin and her have a bit of a back and forth bump in there. They kind of one hits, Payment hits her, and then Steblin hits Payment. In front, battle for the ball. Up in the air. It stays in play just off the high glass. It'll go up, still stays in play. Almost hit the netting, but just goes straight up and back down. The A-Holes kill it. They've already killed a penalty about 30 seconds ago. I didn't even realize it ended because the Huskies had such a good rush in the zone. So much time back in the offensive zone, but it is even strength 5-on-5 now for I think about half a minute now. Here's Budden. Budden behind her own net, plays it up. Payment was there watching closely, but Budden will get it through. Number 17, Rachel Budden. Fought for. There's number 14, Jamha. Bumps Smith rather off the ball and keeps possession. Now battle for the ball. I think the Huskies player wanted a call. She won't get one though. She looked around after she kind of got bumped there, but they both bumped each other, so it seemed fine to me. Play out by the captain, Irvin. Irvin gets it to her teammate on the high glass. Number 14, it was Jamha. Jamha pass up. Bell tries to rip it down. It hits the defender. They'll lay it offside. They'll check up, and then they'll go for a change. Player who was off. Pass up. Here's Smith. Smith fans on the clearing attempt. She's watched closely by Holmes there. Sorry, not Holmes. Number 5, Siraviak. Now Siraviak tries to pass it to the far side. It's given away. But now the Huskies bring it right back. Number 16, Chamberlain. Gracie Chamberlain gets the zone. Watch closely by an A-Holes defender. Pass up to the middle. Siraviak. Down low, Irvin. Irvin controls. Back to Sereviak. Sereviak slap shot wide. I think she was looking for a tip from number 19, Hosner, in front. Then the A-holes try to chip it out, clear of the zone, but they chip it out of the rink here off the netting. So that'll be out of play for a whistle. Face-off will go deep in the A-hole zone as they chip it up and out. Current score still 1-0 in favor of the A-holes. The Huskies killed an A-holes power play, and then the A-holes kill a Huskies power play. The one goal is, I think, just when it was even strength. I believe it was 5-on-5 at that point, if I'm not mistaken. About 20 seconds or so after the power play was done. Shot, Savard drills her man into the wall. Fought for, in some feet. Number 9, Flynn spins it back in deep to Savard. Britt Savard, number 17 for the Huskies, controls. Edmonton Huskies trying to get this back and score a goal. Shot from far out. Shoulder saved by Weiss, the A-holes goalie. Ripping that down is number 86, Costi, with a bomb. It was going high, but it kind of curved down from the shot. That was a great shot. Good look. Pass behind the net to her teammate. Now trying to pass up. It's given away. Costi chips it down to the corner. Almost off Andrew Layden. He'll have to duck down. Almost drills him right in the head, but he'll get out the way just in time. Pass behind the A-holes net as they slow it down. Goes off the side of the net, so Weiss, the goaltender, will play it slowly to her teammate. Up in the air, here's Reddington. Reddington gets middle and then brings in a little bit more and chips it down. Her teammates there. Battle for the ball. Great keep on the wall, putting her body there by the A-holes player. The Huskies player, that was number 19, Hosner, who stayed with that play the whole time, never gave in, and relentlessly kept battling, so she, in her own zone, the opponents wouldn't get a chance to the net. Steblin spins, tries to take a shot. Hosner's back. Stewart tries to chip it around, but there in the way was Costu. Now Hosner tries to chip it out. He can't. Almost a hand pass, but Reddington decides not to touch it, which is a good call as it rolls past her. She puts her hand up, makes sure it doesn't have to be blown dead. Now the Huskies drive the zone. That was Payman almost getting a chance, but it's knocked off her stick. Here's Budden to the point. Trying to feed it across to Reddington was number 17, Rachel Budding from Tara Budding. But unfortunately, it's just out of her reach, too far away. The Huskies controlled in their own zone. Chip pass up the middle. A-holes try to keep it in. Great play by number 6, Chantel there. Takes a look, a shot just wide. Herb almost missed that one. She's standing up almost. It just misses wide, but she almost made an awkward save there. I don't even know if she would have got that one. Clearing attempt by the Huskies, kept in at the center line by number 6, Chantel. Shot on goal. Fanned on partially, rolls to the side. Herb will glove it down for a whistle. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thank you to Lighthouse Mortgages for sponsoring this game. We appreciate it. Sponsoring the VIVHL and our athletes, our players, everybody. Couldn't do it without you, so shout out to Terry Becker at Lighthouse Mortgages for supporting us. Off the high glass, kept in, spun around by the A-holes, fought for up in the air. Koskinen tries to get it, but it's knocked down by opponent in front. That was Smith, Paige Smith, relentless on the forecheck here. She's had a great showing. Last game, she was definitely one of the standout players for her team. It's a chance. Shot chipped off the defender's stick. Koskinen almost into her own net. Battle for the ball. Stick gets lifted and falls down. What a great game this is so far. I think we'll have a penalty going to the A-holes. I think it's Holmes for a hold. That was a pretty obvious hold. I mean, you can't really do that. Right in front of the ref, too. I saw it right here, too. I was looking down. She pushes it to the glass and holds her stick for quite a long time. Good call by Andrew Layden there, if you ask me. So there'll be a napper power play for the Edmonton Huskies, as number 5, Erica Holmes, will go to the box for a holding minor. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate you. Time left in the second and final frame. Just under 7.5 minutes, 7 minutes, 27 seconds to be exact. And we'll have a power play to the Huskies down a goal. We'll see if they can tie it up and make this game more interesting. We'll see A-Holes try to clear it. It's knocked off the stick there of Jude. If she has a chance to clear, she thought she had more time and she's pressured. Now here's number 14, that's Jamha, pass across the middle. Hosner back to Jamha, back to Hosner, shot, big block in front by the A-Holes player. Now that center chip down, hustling after it. There's Hosner, pass up Irvin. Irvin, the captain of the Edmonton Huskies. Now it's chipped in the zone, or they don't quite get the zone rather. Now they get the zone. It was Flynn on the wall with help from Irvine. Irvine passes to the point. Hosner, Flynn, back to Hosner. Hosner takes a look, back to Flynn. Flynn has space, shoots, big block in front by Mars, number 19. Way to get her body lane. Now another chance, a shot on net. Blocker save, just tips off the edge of the blocker of the goaltender, Weiss. Good save, but I don't know if she saw that or if he was just happened to be right in the way. Because that was a really fast-moving shot, as well as she had a screen in front. Tip in front from a shot now, goes loose, but it's right to an A-Holes player who backhands it down. Herb will now play it up. Herb gets up the wall to Jamha. Aliyah Jamha tries to get the zone. She can't. It's knocked off her stick. Now the A-Holes chip it off of her stick, Jamha, and sent down. Here's Jess Herb playing it up. Here's Kostanen. Anna Kostanen controls. Feet across and some feet. Siraviak has it, but then Chantel picks it up. Or sorry, not Chantel, number 14, Stewart. Here come the Huskies. Number 2, Kostanen shoots, pad save Weiss. Goes to the corner. The Huskies still maintain control. 10 seconds left in their power play. The A-Holes are quite a great defensive team. They've blocked a lot of shots. 5 seconds left in this power play. A chance at the end. Kostanen takes a look. Shoots it. Tipped in front. Big save. Rebound. They score! Even strength. That was about 5 seconds or just under after the penalty has expired. So that wasn't a power play goal, but nonetheless it was a goal. And the Huskies finally getting the board on their 12th shot on goal, and they tie it up at 1. What a chance. They had a lot of great chances. I thought they were going to score earlier in the power play, but the A-Holes defenders, one of them had a couple blocks in a row right in the middle. Slap shot right off the shoulder of one of them, I believe. That one will leave a mark. That was an absolute cannon unloaded earlier. I think would have beat the goaltender, but she was kind of screened in front, but it didn't even get to her because the defender was there right away. Now a chance right off a shot, just wide, rebound, they score! Oh man, another goal right after their first one. What is that? The momentum just keeps rolling, and the Huskies score, and they take a 1-goal lead as they were down a goal just 30 seconds ago. 2 even strength goals back to back. My God. The A-Holes need to lock back in here. They let the momentum of the Huskies take over. And they just got to play it slow now, slow it down. Now here's Holmes, who had the penalty earlier. Her team killed it for her, but then right as she gets out the box, unfortunately the Huskies score. Here's a chance. Here's Bell. Bell tries to drive it in. It's knocked off her stick, and Holmes will chip it out. Off a deflection, almost out, just off the high glass, barely stays in play. The goaltender Weiss will play it to Holmes. Holmes, pass up to Smith. Smith can't grab it though. It's Hosner, tipped in front by number 26 of the Huskies. That is Pagosa. But then it's chipped out of harm's way. Try to clear it by the A-Holes, but they can't. It gets kept in. Now a pass from the Huskies given away in the high slot though. There's a chance for Smith. Watching her close, though, was Costu. Costu's on her hard. Costu with a great stick to knock out of harm's way. Now here come the Huskies the other way. Here's Savard. Savard, watched closely by Mars. Mars tries to get there. She can't. Oh, what a chance. Siraviak was all alone, but it's just out of her reach. Now pass back to the point. Kostanen shot tipped up in the air, I believe, off a deflection, and then an A-Holes team player, rather, body and out of play. I want to thank our friends at Terry Becker at Lighthouse Mortgages for sponsoring this game. We appreciate you. Off the draw, the A-holes went in their own zone. They can't clear it, though. Now Mars will play it down, but nobody's there but the opponents. It's Savard. Britt Savard controls with the ball, but then the A-holes player keeps it on the wall. Savard kicks it up to her teammate, though. That was Tessa Flynn in front. Flynn tries to spin around a pass in front, but it's blocked. Now another chance for a pass is blocked again, but now they can't clear it. Huskies chip it in. That's Serviak. Serviak gets it down. Clear up. It's kept in by Savard. Savard has a chance, a shot. Big block. Partially, it's blocked off the foot there of number 93 Jude, right to the midsection of their goaltender, Maxie Wees, and she makes a big save. I believe it got a piece of Jude in front to kind of deflect it away. She had her leg there. I think I saw it change direction, so I would assume that's what happened. But nonetheless, the goaltender does swallow it up. Face-off deep in the A-hole zone. The Huskies win it. Edmonton Huskies, take a look. Pass back. Slap shot. High. That's all heck there. We're almost out of the netting over top. That's way out of play. Straight out, so they won't get the zone. They'll have to go into neutral territory, I believe. Straight out off of a bomb from Koskinen. Current score, 2-1 for the Huskies. Second and final period here. Just under 3.5 minutes left. The Huskies now have their first lead of this game. We'll see if they can keep it. A giveaway, though. The A-hole's trying to hustle back. A chance they control. Here's Gronimus. Gronimus pass across. Out of the reach, though, as number 9, Ricard, was there, but it's just on Herb as she a little bit in front of her teammate as the pass was too close, and Herb will get it off her chest to the corner. Here come the Huskies. Here's Prue. Jenna Prue almost passes up, almost loses it, gets it back. Gets her stick slammed down on by Gronimus, number 88. No slashing penalty, though. That one wasn't too bad, so I think they'll just let it go. Here's Irvine. Irvine controls the Edmonton Huskies captain, trying to get an insurance marker, maybe take a 2-goal lead late. Shot blocked by a glove of a defender in front. That was Mars. Michelle Mars has been solid on defense here thus far. She's the standout to me. She's had a couple huge blocks as well as a couple great clears, and she chips it to her teammate now. Pardon me. That was Jude. Jude plays it around to Mars, but it's out of the reach of Mars. Now there's a chance, a shot. Glove save. Bell, I think she got her stick lifted, or at least a little bit. I think she didn't get all of it she wanted on that shot. I'm not sure if it was the back check or maybe the ball rolled or she fanned it a bit, but regardless, Weiss makes the save. Face-off draw. Siraviak will take it against, can't see the number, I think it's Reddington. It was Reddington. Reddington wins that draw, but they'll redo it. One of the Huskies players jumps on the wing early. This time the Huskies win it. Number 95, shot, stick save by Weiss, the A-holes goaltender. Time winding down, exactly 2 minutes left in this game. Clock rolling. Huskies lead 2-1. Pass center, chipping it down. Here's number 17, Budden, Rachel Budden, pass up. Trying to go to Reddington. Reddington gets it, but she can't control. It's Savard that will pick it up and spin it around for a shot. Here's Steblin. Steblin with a couple great plays. Spins off a check, uses her body as a shield, and drives the high glass. Now she runs out of real estate as Savard's there. So she'll play it back, and now it's played in. Reddington tries to get it in the zone, but she can't get it in. Now a pass up. Another chance to get it in the zone, just barely onside. Everett Hudlin was there right away. Great chance for the A-holes late. We're approaching the final minute in this game. Huskies leading 2-1. We'll see if the Edmonton Huskies can hold this lead, or maybe we'll see if maybe they'll pull their goaltender if they can get the zone long enough. Icing waved off. There's a penalty upcoming, I believe. I think it's a slash. I'm not sure. with 45 seconds left. A hold. I think so too. I wasn't sure. I just kind of guessed. I thought it was a slash at first, but Chris here on the camera is saying it's a hold, and I wasn't directly looking at it, so I trust him more than me on that one. I was going to look at my roster for a second when that happened. Oh, a high stick. Oh, they're both, is it both teams taking penalties here? Both players take a penalty late, I believe, so it'll be even strength. The referees will talk it out with the a-holes to explain why their player got a teammate who I don't even know why, but their teammate rather got a penalty. They both got one, so I mean the refs aren't going to change their mind on that one. They called it right away, so it is what it is. Shot in deep, chipped down. 40 seconds left in this game. .30 seconds. If they get the zone, I assume they could try to pull their goalie, but right now they can't get out of their own zone as Payment's hard on the wall there, just chasing everybody. They'll keep their goalie in. I don't think they'll even pull her here. Time winding down. They think there's not enough time to even worry about it. Now chip down. Oh, try to get it, but it's cleared. Pass by Prue. Now Prue, 4 seconds left. And it's sent down, and the Huskies will take it 2-1 with 2 quick goals within about 20 seconds of each other. The Edmonton Huskies down a goal for most of this game, come back, get 2 quick ones back to back, and hold on to take this game 2-1. Believe we'll have players of the game here shortly, so I'll keep it on for that. I'm going to mute the mic for a moment until that happens. If you want to see that, stay tuned, as it'll be upcoming in about 30 seconds to a minute, and be back shortly. Players of the game brought to you by the Canadian Brewhouse, upcoming now. Player of the game for the Edmonton Huskies, number 93, Sydney Payment. And I didn't hear who they had for the a-holes, but I'll see your number in a moment and be able to tell you. Just taking a photo here, I'll let you guys know. Was number 99 of the a-holes getting the player of the game there. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll be back at you shortly with another game, well, quite a few more for today. Again, the end of this game, it ended as the Edmonton Huskies with 2 goals, the a-holes with 1. The Huskies will take the victory. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back at you with more games here momentarily.